Yo, what's going on YouTube? Your boy Primetime Brian, man. I'm back with another reaction. So I've heard that Kevin Durant is requesting a trade. The only thing that nigga should be requesting is hands from his barber because that nigga fucked him up. All right. Well, let's see more information about this. Mind you, I don't know nothing about this. But shout out to my cousin Kev for letting me know. Let's see what they talking about.
Massive breaking news just in. According to our Adrian Wojnarowski, literally 4 minutes ago, tweeting this. Brooklyn Nets GM Sean Marks is working with Kevin Durant and his business manager Rich Kleiman on finding a trade for the franchise star. Apparently Durant requested a trade from the Nets today, according to Woj. So obviously, I mean, this is going to dwarf anything that happens tonight in free agency. So I'll just, start with you, Wendy. What do you think?
It's obviously surprising in the moment.
You're probably trying to go back to the Golden State Warriors. You're probably like, damn, I should have never left. And like, you're probably trying to leave because Kyrie's about to leave. And like, bro, you're like, you won like all-time scoring like twice, right? 2-3 times, I can't remember, but something like that. And he's requesting a trade. It's like, bro, what? You can't do it by yourself? You claim to be so fucking good and shit like that, like, but you can't do it yourself. All right, let's see.
The timing, but this has been coming for the rest of this week. It's been a topic of conversation amongst top NBA players for a few days, but you never know whether Durant's actually going to go through with it. It's such a major thing. I think there are a couple of things right now that I just want to say in the instant wake of this news. Number one, it appears as if the Brooklyn Nets are going to honor the request and try to find a trade for Kevin Durant. And I will tell you that teams have been working on for this contingency for the last few days. They will hit the ground running. It would not be surprised to me if it happens relatively soon. The second thing is, I believe this will also mean Kyrie Irving will potentially be on the trade market as well.
Right, Kyrie's leaving for a fact.
Both of them. How that can be worked out and how that all play out. The Nets didn't.
Yo, KD, you're gonna get traded, man. Come to the Celtics, all right? We can use you. Come to the fucking Celtics, bro. You want to win? Come to the Celtics. Even though we just lost because Golden State, but you come to Celtics, we'll definitely win, for sure, for sure.
Want status quo? They're not going to have status quo.
No.
And I think we're going to see a pretty significant power balance. Kevin Durant is one of the top 3 or 4 players.
He almost said shit.
This will dramatically affect the balance of power in the NBA and will dramatically affect how next season and the next few seasons will play out.
Kevin Durant is one of the 10 or 12 best players in the history of basketball. He's signed for the next 4 years, and he's about to be traded to another team. There are very few moments in the NBA, history of the NBA, frankly, that are bigger than this. When you talk about players of this magnitude, even at 34 years old, to be a player of this caliber, changing teams, it is a seismic moment in the league. To Brian's point about a change in the power balance, wherever Kevin Durant goes, he's not going to go to a team, in theory, that's completely devoid of assets once they trade for him. He's going to go to a team
his hairline's
that's going to be able to contend for a
too.
championship. And we spent all week talking about the Brooklyn Nets and where they're going to be in the East. They get good players back. They can still be a pretty good team. But wherever Kevin Durant goes, they're going to be one of the 3 or 4 teams that has a chance to win the championship. And guys like this just are not traded very often. You know, when Anthony Davis was traded a few years ago, that was a big deal. That's nothing compared to Kevin Durant being traded.
Dan, because he's got 4 years on his contract, his value is extraordinary because most players, star players who force trades only have a year or 2. So trading for him is trading for the rest of his prime. The other thing I'm going to say is that the Nets the Rockets have control of the next 4 Nets drafts. They either have the picks themselves or swap rights. It does not behoove the Nets to tank, to go all the way down because they don't control their draft. So when the Nets are looking for this trade here, as you think about teams that they can go to, they're going to want, in the interim snap here, my opinion, talking to people around the league, they're going to want players that can help them continue to be a competitive team now.
And to Brian's point, right after Adrian tweeted about this, he tweeted the Brooklyn Nets are trading a first-round pick, presumably Philadelphia's first-round pick, which they got in the James Harden trade, to the Utah Jazz for forward Royce O'Neal. That, to me, to Brian's point, would signal that the Nets plan on being competitive this year. So this is not a trade where they're going to tear it down to the studs. They're going to try to have as good a team as they can.
All right, so understanding that, like, what are we talking about in terms of what they get back for Kevin Durant and what kind of teams can take it on?
Let's talk about the teams.
Right.
So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you what the discussions have been over the last few days. Miami Heat We'll have
Yo,
a
Nuts,
selection
if
of
you
young
trade
players.
Kevin Durant,
They're a little bit
you will
short on
never see
draft
the
picks
finals.
going forward. They have a selection of
No
young
cap.
players, and they have some big contracts that they can put in there as well. The Miami Heat seek stars. They absolutely will be getting involved in this.
And the other team that is going to be involved are the Phoenix Suns, because the Phoenix Suns not only have young players that are interesting, guys like Mikal Bridges, potentially DeAndre Ayton in a sign and trade who's available, Cam Johnson, another good young swing forward. They also have every single draft pick going forward.
I would say, Dan, in this exact moment right here, the Phoenix Suns are the leading candidate to trade for Kevin Durant. I also point out that Devin Booker was with Durant on Team USA last season. When you think of superstar team-ups, always go back to Team USA. It's the genesis of super teams. The Phoenix Suns, with Chris Paul sort of near the end of his career, need to go at an all-in move.
It's also a destination players have always typically been happy to go to.
And look, I mean, you're talking about Miami and Phoenix. You're talking about the two #1 seeds, right, from this year's postseason. So obviously those are teams that are in position where you would want to join them if you want to win titles. You mentioned Kyrie. I mean, how much does he have to do with all this, and where does he end up going?
Well,
Lakers?
The Lakers, obviously, they are absolutely incumbent on them to make a call here to see if they can swap Russell Westbrook for Kyrie Irving. So that's where they're going to go. But with Kyrie Irving locked into just a one-year contract, there will be more teams, I believe, that will call who can potentially trump the Lakers' position. And
Because Kyrie on a one-year deal.
Yeah,
you
Kyrie
take
should go to the
risk on
Lakers.
a talent like that because
'Cause
there
Westbrook
isn't a
sucks.
long-term commitment. If you had him on a 4-year deal,
Westbrook is
you might have a lot
ass.
less fans interested.
He's
Unlike
more
Kevin
appealing.
Durant. That's right. He's much more appealing on a one-year deal where you have a limited exposure to him going on.
in a strange way, I think the Kyrie Irving sweepstakes could potentially be more explosive than the Kevin Durant sweepstakes, because I really don't think Durant's going to be able to go to that many teams, even though he would think he would kind of lose some control because he's only got 4 years on his contract. But
Well, the fact that Sean Marks is working with Kevin Durant and his business manager, George Kleiman, to find a home for him, that would seem to indicate you're trying to reach the nexus of what do the teams have that the Nets want, and where does Durant want to go? And that's why Phoenix, to me especially, stands out as a
you
destination.
may ask, why now? Why now? The answer is because the big piece that Phoenix would trade in this deal would be a sign and trade with DeAndre Ayton. They can't let him go anywhere else. You got to do Ayton deal now. I think Durant is going to try to force himself towards Phoenix.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then how about here across the river, real quick? If I'm a Nets fan, like what am I thinking today?
Season tickets are about to go on sale.
Season tickets are about to go on sale.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
Interesting. Honestly, I hope what am I saying? I hope Durant goes to the Celtics. Because we could use him. I mean, use him as a power forward. And Jason Tatum on the 3, Jaylen Brown on the 2, and Marcus Smart on the 1. That's a scary team right there. That's a scary team. But I would say Durant at Phoenix would be a good fit too. He got Devin Booker. He got Chris Paul. If he doesn't retire soon, but for sure, Kyrie should go to the Lakers for sure, and Westbrook should get the fuck up out of there because he sucks. And I will say that again, Westbrook is ass. But also, Durant deserves to be in a better team. Because he's not going to go anywhere at Brooklyn Nets, especially if Kyrie leaves. Yo, but if you guys think... Excuse me. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Durant should go to like the Celtics? What team do you guys think that he should go to? And Kyrie as well. Who do you think what team he should go to? Because me, I want my Celtics to win a fucking championship already. We came close, and then we played like ass in our finals. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Let me know. And your boy Brian, Primetime Brian. I'm out of here. Peace.